Hey my loves, welcome back to my channel. So today's look is inspired by Nicki Minaj's VMAs makeup look. I love the look on Nicki, so I had to try and recreate it. You guys know I love me some Nicki Minaj. So yeah, if you want to see how I achieve this look, then please continue to watch. To ensure that my eyeshadow doesn't crease up on me, I'm going to use the Urban Decay Primer Potion, and I'm just going to apply it all over the eyelid. This will also ensure that the eyeshadow lasts longer as well, even though I'm not really going to be doing a lot of eyeshadow for this look. Next, I'm going to move on to using the MAC concealer. I believe it's called Studio Finish, yes, and this is in the shade NC42. Now I'm applying this all over the eyelid because I'm really not going to be using a lot of eyeshadow for this look, so I kind of want to keep the lid skin color, like, you know, matching my skin. And then I'm gonna go in with the MAC Studio Fix powder. So it's just foundation powder, and I'm just applying it all over my lid. I want the lid to look really nice and clean and flawless. Then I'm gonna go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow. This is caramel. You can use any warm tone brown you have, it doesn't matter. And I'm just gonna pop that into the crease using the Sigma E40 blending brush. This look is super easy, you guys. Like, this is pretty much it for eyeshadow. Next, we're going to move on to eyeliner. I'm going to use the Inglot 77 gel liner, and I'm going to take my favorite angle brush. This is the Zoeva brush. I'm not exactly sure of the number, but I'm going to list it in the description bar down below, and I'm going to create a wing liner. So Nicki does have a bit of a dramatic wing liner. She usually does wear a dramatic wing liner. So I'm going to try and do this as, like, you know, thicker at the outer corner and then thinner on the inside. To ensure that my liner looks super clean and flawless, I like to go in with a bit of concealer and just clean up the sides. Next, I'm going to apply a coat of mascara to my top lashes. And of course, no Nicki Minaj look would be completed without false lashes. So I'm going to be using the Violet Voss lashes. These are in Vamptress. These are my absolute favorite right now. And I apply them as close to my natural lash line as possible. Moving on to the face, I'm going to apply some concealer under my eyes to cover my dark circles. I'm using the 142 concealer brush by Zoeva, and I'm applying the MAC Studio Finish concealer. I've already prepped my skin by applying primer and moisturizer, so I'm just going to go in and apply my foundation. Today I'm using the MAC Waterproof Nourishing foundation. It's in the shade NC42 and NC45. I mix my foundations together to get the right shade, and I'm using the Smith 115 brush to apply the foundation. I also go in with my damp beauty blender sponge as well. Moving on to concealer, I'm going to take the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer. I believe this is in the shade Ginger, and I'm just going to apply it under my eyes just to brighten up my eyes, and we're going to do some highlighting, and I'm going to go in with a damp beauty blender sponge just to blend out that concealer. I'm also going to go ahead and place the concealer right above my lips, under my chin, down my nose, and the center of my forehead just to highlight. And of course, we're going to blend that out, and I'm using the same damp beauty blender sponge to do so. Moving on to contour, you guys know I love to cream contour, so I'm going to go in with the, I believe this is AJ Crimson Cream Foundation, and I'm just going to apply it in the hollows of my cheek, down my jawline, and my forehead area, and I'm going to apply it down the side of my nose. The brush I'm using is the Smith 124 brush. You guys, I am so obsessed with this brush. I love using it to do my nose contour, and then I'm going to go ahead and blend out that contour using a buffing brush, and I'm also using a damp beauty blender sponge to do so as well. I believe this brush is from BH Cosmetics, and as you can see, I went back under my contour and I applied just a small bit of foundation just to highlight that area a bit more. And the foundation shade I use is a bit lighter than my skin tone. It's the NC42, just to brighten up that under my contour, just so my contour can look a little bit more defined, as you can see. And of course, we are gonna blend it. Looking back at Nicki Minaj's photo, I realized that her highlight looked a little brighter, so I'm just going to go ahead and apply a bit more concealer under the eye. I actually use a lighter shade. This one is from the Morphe Brushes palette. I'll include it in the description bar down below. So I'm going to go ahead and set that area with some powder. I'm using the Laura Mercier Invisible Loose Translucent Powder, and I'm using the Smith 112 brush to apply the powder, and I'm trying to be all fancy with that brush. I'm just kidding. So now I'm going to apply some Bed Nye Luxury Powder in the shade Banana, and I use my beauty blender sponge to apply it, and I'm just going to apply it under my contour to create a more defined contour. And you guys know I'm about to bake my face, so I'm going to let the powder sit on my face for a bit, maybe like 10 minutes. So I apply it in the areas that I highlight. Moving on, I'm going to dust away all that excess powder, and I also use my MAC Studio Fix powder, so just apply a little bit of that powder onto my brush, and I'm just using it to help dust away the excess powder as well, because I can't just wear the banana powder on my face. I don't want my face to look ashy and, you know, weird and too light, so I like to go in with a powder that is the same shade is my skin tone, and I just apply it all over. Then I'm going to go ahead and do a bit of a contour and apply some bronzer. So I'm using the mineralized skin finish in the shade Dark Deep, and I'm using the 101 Luxe Face Definer Zoeva brush. I am like really obsessed with this brush right now. I love using it for my contour, and I'm just warming up my skin with the brush. Well, not with the brush, with the bronzer. Now I'm going to add some glow to the skin. I'm using Stardust Illuminator by Sephora. It's a dupe to Nars Albatross, but I'm in love with this. It has like a golden yellow tone to it. And I'm using the Morphe M310 brush to apply on the highest point of my cheek. I apply it on my cupid's bow as well as down my nose. Now we're going to move on to the blush. Today I'm using the blush Hanky Panky, and this is by Makeup Geek Cosmetics. And I'm just going to apply it on the apples of my cheek, pull it upwards. Now we're going to go in with some MAC Fix Plus Spray because I want my skin to look nice and refreshed and glowy. I don't want my face to look powdery, even though I apply quite a bit of powder on the face. So I go in, like I drench my face with MAC Fix Plus Spray. I love it. So Nikki always appears like she's not wearing anything on the bottom lash line, so I'm not going to put any eyeshadow or anything like that. However, I'm going to put a small amount of mascara onto my bottom lashes because they are so tiny, and I just feel like I need a little bit of mascara on the bottom. Now we're going to move on to the lips, and I wasn't really sure what she had on her lips. Some pictures it looks super nude, and then some pictures it looks pink, so I just went with Milan by NYX. So it's soft matte lip cream Milan, and I thought it looked way too pink, so I applied a nude lipstick on top of it. And then I'm going to go in with a lip pencil as well. I'm using MAC Cork lip pencil. I love it. I don't think she was wearing a lip pencil, but I'm not exactly sure. I love the look like this. And yeah, this is pretty much the completed look. I really hope you guys enjoy this video. Please give me a big thumbs up if you like it. And I will see you guys in another video very, very soon. And please don't forget to subscribe. Bye.